Hello and welcome to another video from me, Taffy Coins, aka Kyle on the Carpet. So here we have a very special parcel. So basically, I contacted the Coin Show podcast in America. Basically, they are the number one coin show podcast that there is, and I asked if they were interested in doing what they call sort of like a they call it like a grab bag swap. So it's mainly an American type thing. You do see the odd occasional person maybe doing it on the Facebook groups, but it's not something they usually see on eBay or anything. Sorry, if you hear me coughing in the background, I do apologise. But basically, with these sorts of things, usually, like I said, it's an American thing, and you can purchase them on eBay for like different amounts. You usually find YouTubers, sort of like Silver Picker. I've seen Rob Finds Treasure do one, but like word exchanges, and more often than not, these are not advisable to get, just because I'll just take this sensitive information off screen first. And they're not advisable just because usually you don't really get your money's worth out of them. There's normally coins in there which they just include them for retail purposes. Sorry, they think they're charging you retail prices rather than just like actual values, because it's quite often a lot higher retail prices are, and also values of individual coins are quite subjective. So for example, a coin on eBay might be a lot more expensive than a Facebook group, just because obviously on eBay you have to pay fees on top as well. So obviously your final listing fee, you have to pay your postage costs and so on. And sometimes on eBay they do charge you postage, which is a lot higher as well. You can usually find more reasonable postage charges on the Facebook groups. So like I said, I do apologise, this video is probably gonna take a while. So we had a rough guide around this of copper, because it's one of the things that Mike Knockelman, who is one of the presenters on the Coin Show podcast, who has agreed to do this swap today. So I've included lots of nice things in there. We had a really lovely Zoom call as well, just to discuss like sort of like the finer details. So sometimes with grab bags they can be themed as well, or catered to someone's interests. So for example, on my Zoom call with Mike, we discussed, and I found out that Mike likes transportation tokens. And he also likes George III coins. Now George III coins, some of them are cheap in lower grades, some of them quite expensive. And there's some rare George III coins as well, especially I believe it's the the 18 sovereign, like the 1817 sovereign as well. There's a guinea. It slipped my mind because there's so many rare older coins. It's hard just to keep track on top of all of them. So luckily I had some not the best quality George III coins in my collection, because like I said, they are quite expensive, and I'm not fortunate enough to have won the lottery yet. So I'm just do the best here. So I am getting there. Trying to get through this. So I've included those, and luckily I had some transportation tokens as well. So if you've watched my coin hunt videos, I have actually found some. Now, transportation tokens are a bit different over here to America as well. So the ones that I've seen from America, they've all been copper. The ones that I've seen from over here in the UK have mainly been, I think they've been aluminium or aluminum, for argument's sake, just to say, for my American friends. And we agreed a price of about £50. But the stuff that I sent over to Mike was way over, and Mike said he's done exactly the same as well. But so there's a quick letter here I'm just going to have a quick read of, just to make sure there's nothing too sensitive on here as well. So it's only a quick letter. So it's from Mike. It just says, "Hi Kyle, I took your suggestions and I hope that you like your grab bag. I think we both tried to give each other a great grab bag, so I hope mine is up to snuff. I'm not sure if mine tells a story, but I think that you'll like the variety. I'm planning to do a video when I open mine as well. Maybe we can cross promote it. If there's anything that you don't like to swap out, please let me know. Open the envelopes last. I think you'll like the progression that way. This has been a ton of fun. I hope that you enjoy it as much. All the best, Mike." And if you're interested in finding out anything about the Coin Show podcast as well, that's Mike's email address. And they really are great guys as well. I can't stress that enough. It's so educational as well, and it's really fun also. And unlike the Coin Show podcast, usually they have just a sponsor on there. Honestly, you've really got to watch or listen to the Coin Show podcast. They are on YouTube. They are also on Patreon as well. If you subscribe to Patreon and donate more than $5 a month, then you can get access to Not the Coin Show podcast also, which is what I listen to also, because I am a Patreon subscriber. So this already looks very interesting. Ooh, wow. Straight away, opening up there, I actually have a few of these and I really, really like them. So this is an Eisenhower dollar. And there are some dates that I am missing. And I actually think that this is one of the missing dates as well, which is fantastic. These are one of my favourite dollars. So basically, when they done these, it was one of the shortest years where they just had basically Eisenhower on the back. So I believe it's from 71 to 78 that he appeared on these dollars as well. And I believe it's on the 76 one, which is like a special sort of one. It's like the part of the bicentennial set, which I also have, but I just have them just in circulated quality, so it's nothing too special. But this looks like a fantastic example of an Eisenhower dollar as well, so thank you very much, Mike. So you said to open the envelopes last, so that's what I'll do. So basically, when When Mike and I just talked as well, so what I said, what I usually collect, so I like lots of silver coins, I like variety, as I Mike very much like stuff with a story as well, and I do, but I like history and variety as well. I like stuff that I can learn from, and just studies and stuff that's quite interesting. Um, and already, oh wow, I definitely don't have this. This is another Eisenhower, or you might hear them to be referred to as an $8, and this is actually a proof because you can see the frosting on there and how shiny it is, and that is fantastic. So there is a silver clad dollar as well. I believe this potentially is the only silver one, and they switched them over as well, because I know they stopped doing 90% silver in 1964 on some of the coins. There are different varying amounts of silver in some of the US coins, but I know especially with the $half, which I was fortunate enough to have. So this is a United States specimen mint set. Oh wow! Right, so this is what so like what I said. So from 74, they had point 900 silver, and then they dropped it down to 0.400 silver, and this is a Kennedy silver $half. I'd have to have a look into the other coins because I'm not too sure with it, just to see like if the quarter, if the dime, and the nickel is also silver. But look how fantastic they look. These are well kept coins as well. There's one thing that I have to say about American coins as well, is sometimes when you have the silver, I've seen lots of coins with some lovely toning as well, so I don't know if there's something in there, but you usually got like vibrant blues and silvers, no silvers, oranges coming out of them as well. A 1967. Hey, oh, wow, that's really unusual. I've seen something like this before, but I've never owned it, which is quite unusual. So this is really interesting. So basically, what someone's done, as you can see, and this is actually silver as well. This is 400 silver, the Kennedy $half. So they just barely made enough room on there, and they've shaved some of the penny off, and then they've pressed it in as well. So you can see you've got Britannia, and underneath Kennedy you'd find Lizzie herself somewhere. So that's quite cool. We have United States Liberty coin. So I've seen boxes like this before. So this is a $half proof. I'm struggling just to read that right in. So it's 1986. What's that say? The 1986 Liberty $half is comprised of 92% copper and 8% nickel. This coin is the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island commemorative $half, ever issued in the United States government. Donald Hope, Director of the US Mint. Oh wow, that is cool. So basically, America's not I would say American coinage is not massively known for its commemoratives like it is like with the mint shirt over in the UK, but that is really cool. That's going to look lovely in my collection as well. So you can see like lots of American coinage. it is clad. So basically, you've just got. I'm not sure if it's just like a copper blank. What does it say? 92% copper. Yeah. So it's basically it's just got like copper or nickel clad on each side, and with like a copper planchet in there. So that's really cool. I don't have anything like that in my collection as well. I have been looking at these actually to start collecting some as well. You have a 2007 United States Mint President's $1 coin proof set. Now, this is very cool. I've actually been looking for this online and just some of the proof sets. American proof sets are really cheap. They're far cheaper than what they are here in the UK, but it's only because the mintages are massive. There's tons of American coins out there which are basically worth face value whenever you get them, or if you're lucky, just what the silver value is. Just because they overproduce on so much. It's like in the Royal Mint. If you watch one of my previous videos with my 2020 proof set for this year, there's only 7,000 of those produced. And even our proof sets over here tend to drop quite a bit in value. You can buy, well, last time I checked, you can buy American proof sets for about $20-30 online. And then resale value on some of them is just about $5 as well. So if you're interested in just getting some cheap proof sets, especially as a collector, definitely get some American coin sets, some proof sets, because they, like I said, they are so cheap and affordable. So that I won't read all of this on here just for argument's sake, for the video, but you can just pause the video and just have a quick look. I've only like in grab bags and so on, I've only managed to get one of these ever, and there's the George Washington dollar. I'm not sure, I can't remember if it's just these 4 or if there's 8 or 12 that they actually produced. But these do look fantastic. I am quite a fan of like these American dollars. So you've got George Washington, you've got John Adams, James Madison, and Thomas Jefferson. And it shows underneath on there, which is really nice that they've done it. That they've got the number, like the number president they were. So like George Washington was the first president. You've got second president, third president, and fourth president as well. I was actually watching a really interesting documentary as well about George Washington, just saying like when with his sort of like military service, he wasn't necessarily like the best general or anything at all. He actually got quite lucky in most of his service, so he's overestimated in some respects. So we move on to these envelopes. So I will show you this just because there's some free promotion for Harlan J. Burr. So I know that this is a company, and this is a coin company in America, and they do have a website. I've had a look, and they offer some fantastic stuff on there, and they do cater for a lot of people. And from here, I might just discuss about them. They've got an extremely good ethic as well. that they like to place coins in people's collections and give them the best home possible as well. So they're not interested in just selling you like any rubbish, because there's no point It's like, it's not some places, it's not like having like a cold caller just trying to sell you anything. They want to make sure that they satisfy you as much as they can. And that's that's what I've just heard, just from Mike talking about them, and he really talks highly about them as well. And Mike is a very trusted guy, so I wouldn't like argue with anything that he said about them, and he talks, like I said, really highly as well. This is actually, I really don't have anything like this in my collection. I'm really happy with these. So basically, this is a quarter. This is a really old quarter as well, as you can see. So this the Liberty. I can't tell if it's a drip bust or not. I know there are like some different varieties, and like certain years they only had them. But this is actually a really nice condition one as well. So you can see lots of nice, lovely detail on there. $quarter with the eagle holding the arrows as well, and you can just barely see on the top, like on the ribbon above the eagle, the GO for God and the TRU and some of the S for trust. So you'll often find in God we trust on American coinage, but their motto is E pluribus unum as well. So we have some more silver here. I actually don't think I've ever seen this one. Oh wow, this is a really old one as well. I'll pull this up to the wall to try and stop the light reflecting. So this is a old one as well. This is a Liberty head, 1806, $half as well. It's a no denomination one as well. That is really cool as well. And so often with these, sometimes you don't even see that much detail on it. I know this, you might think that this is a very worn example, but like from lots of the examples I've seen, this is probably one of the higher grade ones, because you just don't see them. And you can still see some of the facial features on Liberty's head as well. That's really cool. I'm really happy with this grab bag. Fair play. Well done, Mike. Like I said, because Mike is a copper collector, as well. I'm just trying to read the date. So this is an 1803. Is this a 1 cent? I believe. I'll just have a quick look off camera just because it's reflecting so much. I believe this is a 1 cent coin. I have to admit, I've got a. Even though this is quite worn, I've actually included one of these in Mike's grab bag also. So this is. It's nice. It's like we've just swapped, but mine's worse. So I'm sorry, Mike, that I've sent you one of these in a worse condition. But it's the only one that I have in my collection, and I wanted to give it to you because I just wanted to send it home. So thank you very much. That is really cool. So if like pretty much everyone knows the size of the old one, the new ones and coins, sorry, so they are tiny. And if you compare that to this as well, so it's like comparing, sorry, our new current pennies, which are like probably about the third of the size of like the old pennies, which look like that. So that is really cool. Thank you so much. And well, I tell you what, Mike, you are seriously spoiling me with this grab bag. Thank you so much. So this is the United States of America, $half. Oh, and this so the old mint mark is from New Orleans. No, no, New Orleans. It slipped my mind. Sorry, and the American coins have several mint marks, especially some of the older stuff. So you've got CC for Carson City in Nevada. You've got P for Philadelphia. You've got S for San Francisco, and O is, I'm sure, it's the New Orleans mint. It's 1855. Arrow's $half as well, and that is really cool. I can't remember if it's one of these, if it's earlier or not, but I know there are varieties of the $half without the arrows either side of the date as well. So, like I said, I'm not versed on American coinage, but all of the information that I know is from about American coinage is from basically just watching the Coin Show podcast and Rob finds treasure. You've got silver picker, silver stacker, as well. You've got international stacker as well. Wow. So this is an 1834 $half. Yeah, so it's like you've got other varieties as well. So this, sorry, so this one says 50 cents on the bottom. So like what you often find on some of the older coinage, American coinage, it's like it might, you've got the the no denomination, sorry, half there. This one says 50 cents. So as you can see by there, very faintly. So it's a 50 and a C next door to it. So it's the same with some of these older quarters as well. You might have 25C, and I don't know if they do a no date in a quarter also, but that one just says like quarter doll, and like as you go on, then it just says $quarter in full. So that's really cool. And we have another one. So Mike, you've really done good with this grab bag, I've got to say. So, I don't want to disclose too much what I've put into Mike's grab bag, just because I know, because this is being recorded on a Saturday, and Mike said he's probably going to open it tomorrow. Oh wow, that is a really nice condition as well. And this is an 1841 cent. That is seriously good. So this is probably going to be, if like in grading wise, it's probably going to be around about a VF condition. That's really nice. As well, so many of these that just, as you would expect, so many of these are just seriously worn. So like with this older 1 cent with the Indian head on, as like you can see the date on there. Oh no, you can see the year. Sorry. Like for lots of these Indian cents, that is amazing condition. But that Liberty headset is truly outstanding. And this is a nice barber head dime. Yeah, barber head dime. So this is, I'm trying to remember, barber head dimes. Dimes are, off the top of my head, is it's either a 5 or a 10 cent piece. I'll have to double check. Like I said, I'm not versed in like American currency too much, American coinage too much, but this is really nice. And you can still see lots of the little detail on the front as well. And on the barber head as well. I'm just trying to have a look just to see if you can see like any fine detail on it, but that's really nice, and that's a 1901 as well. That's new for the collection as well. I don't actually have any Barber dimes. I do have a silver 3-cent piece somewhere, but that's a old one in awful condition, but still a lovely addition. And this is an 1889 dime also. Yeah, so this is really nice as well. It's nice that you can actually see the denomination on there, so it says 1 dime, and you can still see the outline there, and you can still see. It's nice that you can actually still see Liberty on the shield as well. So that is unusual, because not often, like with some of these coins, like I said, you can't see a thing. I don't know what it is, but I haven't often seen many high grade American coins, just because they were used so much as well. It's so unusual. It's pretty much just going to be about the same like with British coinage, but I've been lucky enough. I quite often see high grade coins in British coinage. Oh, that's cool. So this is an 1853 dime also. Oh, half dime. I'll be honest, I did not know that these existed. So a half dime is it's probably going to be I think a 2.5 cent piece, and it's actually nice that it's got a mint mark on it. I forgot to double check this for a mint mark to see if that has one. No. Normally the mint marks on these are, I think, either but there, right underneath, like sort of the lower bit, or underneath 1 dime. So this has got an old mint mark as well, which is really nice. That's very cool. So one thing I've noticed as well is these capsules. So when you just like, it's nothing like massive to note, but basically these capsules, can you see them? They are quite thin, and they're very much different to the capsules that I've seen over here in the UK. So I just pull this out. I'm just pulling them out one by one this time rather than the whole lot, and that's 1829. So like with some of these, you see a G there. So basically, like on the grading scale, you go from like a G up to like an MS. So G just stands for good, MS stands for mint state. So you might see some of my other videos of graded coins. So I'll talk a bit more than that. So you can see the date on there barely. And that's a 10-cent piece. That's lovely. Like I said, I don't have lots of these, so I'll just go over quickly something with some of these as well. So literally, so I've got Eisenhower's, which is literally there's so much to my collection which is new. So that the specimen set's very much new. The $half, them two are definitely new. I've not seen that before. I've already had one of them, but I'm really pleased to have that. That's new. Like literally, there's so much new here that I haven't actually got. So like with these older $half, like the dimes, that really nice condition scent as well. So you've got like the half dime, and Barber dime. I don't have any Barber quarters. I don't have any Barber $half either. So I would like with the Liberty. It's just absolutely awesome just to see this grab bag. So 1958. I believe this is a wheat scent. That's in amazing condition if it is. Yes, it is. Wow. That's got some fire on there. That is so good. And this looks like it's going to be like a mint state grade as well if I send this off for grading. It's got a D. I forgot to mention, like, with the mints as well, you got the D's on there. For D's for Denver. I can remember that much. That is so good. It's like I've got some wheat scents. So wheat scents are by no means like rare, but literally just to find them in this condition is absolutely amazing. Especially when you consider just the age as well. It's from the 50s, so these coins would have been in good use. Also, I can't remember if that's the last year as well for wheat cents. I know it's like I think it's either 58 or 59 off the top of my head. This is the last one. And I actually have one of these in my collection. So this is a Mercury dime. And it's dated 1942. And this is a really nice condition one as well, because often with these you can see that sort of like the bars but there. And all of that's there. It's like you got lots of the finer detail there. These were like just used over and over again just because they're the lower denomination coins. And you can just see the wings and like some of the details on the feathers and stuff. This is so good. So thank you so much, Mike, just for this awesome grab bag. This is certainly going all in my collection. I'm not disappointed with a single thing on here. It's just like there's so much variety. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. I really hope that you do like my grab bag and that you're not too disappointed. So Mike said on there, like, if I'm not happy with anything, he can swap it out for me, no problem at all. I've got the guarantee as well. I've included a letter in for Mike as well, just to say if he's not happy with anything at all, I'm more than happy just to swap things out, or if he's unhappy overall, just to return it. So this has been absolutely amazing. Sorry, it's been an extremely long video as well. It did take a while just to get into the box, and it's probably going to take Mike just as long to get into my box because I plastered it in packing tape. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. And please like and subscribe to the videos, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Take care, guys. Stay safe.